Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and it's wonderful that you're able to spend some time with me here today. Actually, we're not going to be here. I'm about to head out on another Facebook Marketplace expedition. We shall see what we discover. What we are going to discover, I'll tell you a little bit. A couple of older Mac computers. There's a surprise. Priced so very low, it was hard to resist them. And making me suspect that if I don't go and rescue these machines, we're going to end up with a couple of old machines that'll be in the recycle center, or worse, just filling up a landfill somewhere. So, let's go on our rescue mission, why don't we? If you would like to do that, please stay tuned. Okay, I don't know exactly how much recording I'm going to be able to do en route, but we are heading south. Actually to the Bronx, and I will admit I hate driving in New York City, but somehow I just had to do this. So we'll see how we make out. Stay tuned. Well, we are just about at the New York State line now. It's clouded up. There's a major snowstorm coming in. I should be back home in plenty of time before even flake falls. At least I hope. Alright, stay tuned. Did I mention I hate driving in New York? Just got on the hutch, heading in the wrong direction. Oh well, stay tuned. Well, we've made the first pickup. We're in the Bronx right now. Next stop is going to be Kearny, New Jersey. Should be about 40 minutes away. We got here. I hate driving in New York. Okay, stay tuned. Well, driving in New Jersey is not an awful lot more fun than driving in New York. A little bit better. But pickups are now made. Time for home. Stay tuned. Well, we're back in Connecticut finally, on the Merritt Parkway, which has a decided psychological benefit. I just feel better. Driving in New York, and for that matter in New Jersey, near New York, it's just so stressful. The connections between roads are so weird, and then you get into the city, driving through the Bronx. But, hey, I got there, and yeah, about an hour from home now. Oh, I can't wait for that. Stay tuned. And we're back home. Had a bit of a rest, and time to look and see what has turned up. Yeah, another G3 blue and white, and another PowerMac G5. Now, complete with an Apple sticker. You know, it's funny. I didn't realize anybody actually put those stickers onto machines, but my Wall Street PDQ has got a couple of those Apple stickers on the top cover of it, and now someone has put one of the Apple stickers right here on the front of the machine. All right. Okay, now, why did I buy these? Well, the G5, quite honestly, it was only $50. It was about an hour and a half from here. And I got the sense that if I didn't go and get that machine, it may have ended up, well, hopefully in a proper recycling facility, but maybe in a landfill. And I just couldn't let that happen. For $50, what the heck? All I know about it, the seller was Spanish speaking and didn't seem, actually his English wasn't that bad, but there was a little bit of communication problem there. So I wasn't able to make clear to him that I wanted to see screenshots of the machine running so I could get a little bit better idea what it is. From the looks of it, from the pictures in the listing, it is a 2005 Power Mac G5, and that's about all I know. Now, the blue and white, I picked that one up mostly because it was in the same area. It was only $30, and since I was down there anyway, what the heck? It's worth taking a look at. So there we go. Of the two, the G5 is in pretty good shape. I mean, there's no real damage to it anywhere. Could use some cleaning up and all of that. Maybe the sticker taken off. I don't know. I never liked putting stickers on machines. Some people get into it. What the heck? The blue and white is pretty rough. I don't know if you. Yeah, I think you can probably see from here that the handle on the back is gone. Now, I have a non-working blue and white, which I believe has got 2 intact handles, so I could replace that, assuming, in fact, that the machine runs. So I think what we're going to do is take a look, first of all, specifically at the blue and white, and we will leave the G5 for another video, unless the blue and white thing ends up being so short that I just tack it on. But yeah, right now I'm planning on being 2 separate videos. Okay, so if we want to take a closer look at this $30 kind of beat up blue and white, please stay tuned. Okay, as I've said, it's pretty rough. The front of it looks okay. There is a zip drive, and as the seller warned me, there's a zip disk stuck in there. He said he couldn't get it out because there's no RAM and no hard drive, so the machine wouldn't boot up. Yeah, getting zip disks out is rather a pain. All right. Other than that, it's really okay. Speaker seems fine. Power button, programming button, reset button. Okay, now here on the side, we start to see it. Yeah, I don't know, these feet are not in the greatest shape, but they're on there. Some scratches here and there. Well, that nice crack right in there. Oh dear. And for some reason there is a sticker here. It says G2. And we have a barcode. No clue what's up with that. Alright, now on the back, all the slot covers are missing. The graphics card is in there, thankfully, although I've got a bunch that would go in there. Alright, and your normal array of built-in I/O here. We can see back on the other side. Yeah, actually, these feet don't seem to be that bad. Okay, so I'm going to get the camera on a tripod, and we will take a look inside the machine. Stay tuned. All right, let's open it up. Wow. Wow. Yeah, no RAM. That was taken out. All the slot covers are gone. We saw that. We looked at the outside. Don't know if there were PCI cards in there that were removed. Oh, son of a gun. The graphics card is there, thank heaven. Although I've got plenty that would fit in there. But the screw is gone. Well, you know, I was just replacing a zip drive the other day, and unfortunately ended up with a couple extras. I've got tons of slot covers. I may run out of screws that'll actually hold them in, but at least we can keep the graphics card from moving all over the place. Now, here's something crazy. The drive trays, there's supposed to be a tray from here all the way over to here. The whole tray is gone. I mean, the way this was set up, you'd have your one hard drive, and that's all the Revision A board will allow. And this is a Revision A, I can tell that very quickly, just looking at the fact that that's the one that they've got. Man, look at this. Yeah, so on this part of the tray, if it was there, you'd have a place to put a couple of SCSI hard drives. You'd have to have a SCSI PCI card. And then your IDE hard drive would go there, and you'd actually be able to hold them in. Son of a gun. Oh. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Okay, well, knowing that RAM wasn't going to be there, I have RAM. I can't believe that whole tray. I've got a spare tray. I mean, that parts machine that I've got does have the tray in it. It's going to take some liquid wrench, I think, to get the thing out, but I should be able to manage that. We've been there before. All right. And here. Okay. There we go. Now, the other thing it's going to need, of course, is a hard drive. Now, I happen to have a lot of IDE hard drives. For the most part, they're ones that came out of various PowerMacs, which I replaced with SSDs. But just to get the thing running, if in fact we can get the thing running. This is an IBM DeskStar, and it's a 40 gig hard drive. Most of the others are like 4 or 6. All right. So that's in there. Now, I am assuming that there's an operating system installed, because most of those older, yeah, so it's just going to have to sit in there. There's not going to be any way of securing it, but that's okay. Yeah, most of those older IDE hard drives that I've got had operating systems. Whether this one does or not, I'm not sure, and what it might be. Hopefully not Leopard. No, I don't think it would be on a 40 gig hard drive. Okay, well, let's. No, it doesn't. Took quite a whack to get it closed. Maybe with the handle back on, it'll be easier. I don't know. Well, anyhow, next step will be get it all connected and see if it boots. Stay tuned. Well, everything's plugged in. Let's try booting her up. Chimes, that's something. Okay, we have video. The first thing to think is that this hard drive that I put in there doesn't have an operating system on it. Why don't I try putting in a different drive? Yeah. And I shall do that off camera because you just saw me put one in. It's not going to be any different, so stay tuned. Uh, Here we are. We do have an installation of Tiger. As it turned out, I had two different 40 gigabyte IBM DeskStar hard drives, one of which evidently has no operating system. I either erased it at some point or, well, anyway. This one does have Tiger, and if we notice here, it says G4 gigabit. This would have been the hard drive that came with my PowerMac G4 gigabit Ethernet, which you can see in some videos. It has an installation of Tiger. There's not much that's any different about it. But anyhow, let's go to About This Mac. It takes a while. 400 megahertz PowerPC G3, which is exactly what the seller indicated. This, incidentally, was not his computer. Said he got it from a friend out of a studio, and just sitting there. He brought it home, but it didn't have RAM, it didn't have a hard drive, as we have seen. Okay. So, graphics. Yep. ATI Rage 128, which is the default card they always put in there. Look in ATA, that'll tell us something. Matsushita. CD-ROM. Yeah, there wouldn't be a burner. That would have been normal with a blue and white. This is one of the early blue and whites. And we do have our iOmega zip drive. Hooray! iOmega Zip 100. Although I noticed something funny. There is that zip drive that's stuck in there. Huh. That is strange. See, new owner's PowerMac. He set it up specifically for whoever bought it. Yeah, I would have expected it would mount and then we'd be able to eject it. Tell you what, I think the thing to do is going to be to boot it up into OS 9, which is there. And because zip drives were more of a thing back in the era when OS 9 was a thing, that should be able to give us some more information maybe about this recalcitrant zip drive. Okay, so we will restart the machine. I will spare you the boot sequence. Please stay tuned. Okay, so here on OS 9 desktop, this is when it first booted up, it started the setup assistant, which I closed out of because I really just want to look in here and see about this computer, and it's just going to tell us the same stuff. Mac OS 9.2.2, the ROM is 10.1.1 and 512 megabytes. Now, I think our best bet to find something out about that zip drive is System Profiler and the devices. Okay, so we have our CD-ROM drive and removable media. Some more information about that. Removable media, yes. iOmega is the vendor, so I mean that's the drive, but yeah, no mounted media inserted. Well, that would tell me either something is wrong with the disk itself, which may be there might be something wrong with the drive. I don't know. The problem is it is so difficult to get zip disks out of those drives when the drives start working. You almost have to take them completely apart and destroy them in order to get the disk out. Well, I'll do some thought on that. All right, now as far as what's going to become of this machine, I really don't know. Since it obviously boots up, it runs pretty well. It might be worth throwing some RAM at it. I've got a 128 gig SSD kicking around. I think I have an adapter kicking around too. We might just put that in there. And yeah, I mean, why not? Since I have it. So that in the RAM, and of course, yeah, that parts machine. Take whatever I can. It's got the drive tray in there. I can simply put that in, as they're both revision A boards. I can replace that handle very easily. There may be one or two other things, so we can get a very good functioning revision A blue and white out of this. All right. But I think at this point we're going to end this video right here. Merry Christmas! I don't know if you noticed the bottom of the little Christmas tree in the intro clips. We'll be good to other people. Other people deserve it and need it. Be good to yourselves. It all has to start from there. We can make this world a better place. Until it is a better place, please take very, very good and careful care. We're going to be back with you with probably one other video in the blue and white. And of course, the next thing we got to do is find out something about that G5. And, you know, just a whole lot of other stuff that I hope you will find interesting. So, until those things come about, have a very wonderful and Merry Christmas from Broken Electronics.